I haven't seen this yet, but I know it's been kind of trending a little around YouTube with the hashtag Why Eli. So we'll pretty much see why that is. Here we go.
All right.
Talking about
Describe your ex. Let me hear.
I don't wanna.
Why not?
I kind of just did though.
Ah.
Living with your mama, selling drugs. Like,
Oh, okay.
Did I not? Living with your mama, selling drugs.
But
No,
so
stop.
looking back in hindsight,
What I got?
are you looking back in hindsight? Are you surprised at the outcome?
Okay. Yes and no. I would say.
I want to know why. Yes, first.
I'm gonna
Okay,
say yes.
all right.
I would say I'm surprised at the outcome because of all the work.
Nigga better now. Gucci's
Hold
better
on.
now.
Ha. But hold on. Ha. But no. But I will say I am surprised at the outcome because all of the work that I tried to put in to make things different. That's why I would say I'm surprised at that. I won't say try to change it, but just try to elevate your life. That's it. Like I did not try to change him. I tried to show him, hey, you don't need to do this because you could do this. Hey, you don't need to be this because you could be.
I'm trying to figure out like what it is that she's saying. Like, so she's talking about helping an ex-boyfriend.
From the hood.
Women
I
women,
know that.
Listen,
Hey, there's a
before you
there's a-
say that, because
there's a better.
You ain't
nah.
They don't know.
Let me just
They don't
say.
know, friends. So
Let me
they
just
don't know.
say.
It's
No.
okay.
ladies-
I was going into the situation
one mic,
trying to
one
change
mic,
you.
yo. One mic,
They
one
don't
mic.
know.
I was
They don't know.
going
They
into
don't know.
the
They don't know.
situation trying to change you for the better.
the ladies like
I
two
was
group of
going
men.
into the situation
They
trying
like-
to fix
But you
you
hear what she said though? Trying to change you for
for the better.
But that was her. I wasn't trying to do that.
Listen,
I was accepting him how he was and just hoping, like, hey,
that he would change.
no, just hoping that you would see, not you would change. I want you to see that you could do better.
Doing better.
As a man, you have
Well,
to know.
Best friend.
No,
Bro,
forget about
that is
that. As a
changing.
man, you should know that, hey, selling
Friend.
drugs shouldn't be your only source of income. What do you mean changing you?
That's
As a man, you should know.
Get it off your chest.
You should know.
Okay, but if you're,
Hey, how much grams are you going to sell, baby? Get a job.
let me ask you a
And
question.
as a woman, you
Let me
should
ask
know
you-
that you need to get away from that.
Let me ask you a question.
And she did.
The fuck?
If he-
I tried my hardest.
Let me ask you a question.
And
No,
you
we
did.
only
You
got
good.
Let me
I
ask-
tried my hardest. Y'all can't.
Let me ask you a
I tried
question.
so hard.
Can I ask you a question?
I gave my blood. My
Tried
sweat,
so
my
hard.
friend. No,
To a nigga that didn't deserve it.
Let her get it out. Let her get it out. Let her get it out.
I lost myself.
Yeah.
To the point
Friend.
where that man said, hey,
Friend.
I don't want to be with you because you need to love
Friend.
yourself more.
Friend,
You love me
take
too
this
much.
off, friend.
Stop playing with me.
Friend.
Stop playing with me, y'all.
Friend.
Stop playing with me.
Let her get it out.
Friend.
Point.
Let her get it out.
Friend.
Let her get it
All right,
out.
we gonna take a breather right here. Get some thoughts out over what's going on so far.
I'll go third.
Okay.
I'll go third.
No, we need you to go first, Chris. You can't hide from this one. Let's go.
Well, I think. Oh, go ahead.
So first of all,
Is it still playing in your headset?
yeah.
All right. It does that. Hold on.
My everything was with that man when he was broke.
All right. Okay. Got the liberty to hold the baton first. It's still playing. Yeah. It's playing still.
It doesn't even make sense.
God.
Fuck that man.
Okay, ladies, I don't want to bring up this jacket. I think I'm gonna spare them on this. Okay, first of all, America, I want to apologize.
Wait, what'd you say about the jacket?
I'm gonna spare them on this. I want to apologize to America right now for them having to listen to that silliness. Here is, I believe, in the top 3 number 1 things that women do wrong. And this is it right here. You, first of all, can't change anybody. You can be as mad as you want. You can huff and puff and blow everybody's house down, honey. At the end of the day, you can't change this man. He has to change himself, and women need to understand it. So look, I'm gonna give women a couple of rules of a man that seeks in strides for success. A man doesn't need a woman to be successful. Number one. A man does not need a woman to drive him to be successful. Number two. A woman doesn't need to motivate or create or lay a plan out of action of success. If it's in him, he's gonna do it. If it ain't in him, he ain't gonna do it. If your man is implementing that he needs you to do this, run. Run. Because the only thing that's gonna happen, you're gonna spend your money like this girl. You're gonna get a headache like this girl. You're gonna be frustrated like this girl. And you're gonna be sweating, looking stupid on camera like this girl. Because for a guy that sucks and a guy that's good, we're gonna look at it like, oh, okay, he won. He was getting the box. He was doing what he wanted to do. Oh, she was stupid. She fell for the trick. And you don't lose. So, ladies, please. You can't change anything. Like, let's... I want this to marvel in your mind. Like, think of this situation.
To marinate. Want it to marinate.
You have this man that's a product, right? And you want this product to grow and be successful and all these wonderful things. Let's say he's broken. Because when a man's not successful, he's not fixed. He's trying to mend the pieces, right? So this man's broken. And the best antidote to cure and fix this broken man is to give yourself to him. How does that sound?
The best antidote?
Yeah. This man's broken. I want to fix this man. I want to help this man. I want to do this. I want to do that. So I'm going to give myself to him in hopes, like she said, to fix him, to cure him.
Yeah, that it doesn't sound like a plan. It just sounds like she thinks she's the cure for all things. That doesn't make sense.
And you are not even close. You're not even in the top 10 to cure anything. You are actually more of an issue.
Is that part of that women think vagina is the cure to problems or something?
That's more, I see your facial expression ready, and I don't mean
Oh,
to
No,
snap.
go
be
ahead.
like
Oh,
I'm taking some notes as you're speaking, Chris.
Randy
Please
giving
proceed.
Randy
What I'm
giving the
saying-
smirkums.
what I'm saying is that let's think about this. Let's think about the X's and O's, right? Let's talk about 1 + 1 is 2, right? So if you're giving yourself to this man, what are you in risk of happening? What's the risk? What's the biggest risk? A child.
Oh yeah.
So now you add a kid to a broken man and your situation, and then now he's supposed to, oh, he's cured now. Okay, hey, I pushed this baby out. Now we need to do da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then that is 80%, 85% of the reason why relationships are unsuccessful, because that doesn't solve nothing. You actually add it to the problem. Like if a man is seeking for success and trying to build on himself, we actually don't want to be bothered.
I think that's true. But I think that speaking to a whole system of like not broken relationships. What is it like? I guess a broken dating scene. Like relationships go too long. They're too
I agree. They're prolonged.
Yeah, they're prolonged. They don't lead to anything anymore.
Well, that's
Like, because what I hear a lot of people say is like, how are you going to get to know somebody dating, without dating? And then you date them, then you're in a relationship with them. Then it's like you're doing another test, but then you don't really have an end goal or a time limit on this or anything. So people will just be in like extra long relationships. People will be like married by legally married. Like what is that called when you've been together so long? You've been living together so long. They just like, no, y'all married.
Yeah, I forgot the name. of it.
Yeah, I forget too.
But you know what? Yeah, that's true. And also what happens too, that one of the two people add a bunch of emphasis on the situation. Like, okay, remember Love and Basketball, right? So remember they were kids. Man, you want to be my girl? Well, what do? I don't know. You know, we hoop. You know, we chill. You know, it was simple. It was simple. Like, you know, we play ball together. You know, we can do this and do that, and that's about it. So she
I
like,
carry your
okay.
books or whatnot. Yeah, I remember
And so
that.
as soon
I
as
gotta
she
watch that movie.
agreed, then he was like, okay, now, hey, you got to ride on my bike. Huh? Well, my daddy tell my mama to work. Like, well, hold on, pimp. Like, this
I got my own bike. Yeah.
like, wait, why all of a sudden we was just right here, we was good. Now you just jumped it. And that's what happens in these relationships too. Somebody jumps it, and then now you're not seeing eye to eye. You know, and people do that. Both parties do that. Men do it too.
Men do what?
Men will put a heck of emphasis on a situation too. Let's just say she's party girl.
Okay.
Okay. And the guy is a good guy. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to slow her down. So it's like, well, hey, so it's like you was cool being in the rotation. Now you hooked. Now you want it for yourself. So now you trying to chop her down. You trying to slow her down. She don't want to stop. So now you got a conflict of interest now. You know what I'm saying? And guys do that all the time too. You know what I'm saying? That you want that girl that look the part, but now you want her to stop. Like, well, wait a minute, hold on, pimp. Like this was what she did. Like you see it so many times too with dudes that'll date strippers, and then all of a sudden he don't want her to strip. Hey, wait a minute, hold up, bro. Like we do that. Goofball. Like who was the chick that married Superhead? And was it
A couple dudes married Superhead.
and then all of them went
Eddie Winslow from Family Matters.
Was the goofiest one out of all of them because he put his hands on her and stuff. He want her to stop doing what she doing. Like, hold on, pimp. She been doing this. This girl was on the Oprah Winfrey show. She
wrote a manual about it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rappers was using her in subliminals.
That's a whole different subject. I kind of want to. We'll add that to talk about next week because she had a video out that was wild.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And then it's like this dude was so out of pocket that you putting your hands on her. You up here creating a domestic violence because you trying to get her to stop something that you already know she does. How you think you got hooked?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you thinking that she's gonna stop. She might slow down, but she ain't gonna stop. And then, you know, so guys do that too. So, last but not least, I know you were taking some notes.
Yeah, I wanted to finish playing this video, but
No,
before
no.
that, did you have anything else?
I have some
to-
stuff, but let's go ahead and play it through. I think.
You sure?
Maybe I
You don't
want
have
to.
any? You don't want to?
You want me to? Well, okay. Okay, I'll start.
All right.
Okay, Chris, when you mentioned being broken, right? I think people lose the scope of, in a sense, we're all broken.
I agree.
Men and women are broken. So when women kind of go out there on this note of like, oh, he was broken, I did this, I helped him with this, it's like, okay, but to what extent, especially with the kind of attitude and, you know, she's being real loud about it. It's like, well, hun, how are you broken to where brokenness recognizes brokenness, and then the dream or the hope was to fix it by coming together. So, you know what I mean? It's easy for people to play the blame game at times, right? Like, oh, well, he was broken, so I did X, Y, Z. So there's that. Also, it's the obvious, like, okay, if you want to help a broken man, what's the end goal? Through his brokenness, did he say, hey, yeah, I'm, for example, maybe out of a job, but in 5 years, I plan to turn it around. If you can cover this expense or this expense, thank you, it'll be greatly appreciated. Maybe she covers some stuff. Like, women get especially very bitter and resentful when there's not a plan on the broken man's end. where he's just like asking, but it's like, okay, yeah, I'm helping you, but if we did no planning, if you're not saying, hey, again, 5 years time, I'm going to take it over, that's where women get frustrated.
Rebuttal for this.
So that's where women get frustrated. But again, keep in mind, hun, like you're still spending your time with a man and you're residing in that pool of being hopeful. Because he can still promise you 5 years time and it could still never come. But that's also the decision you made.
Absolutely. No,
So-
everything as you say, I totally agree. But this is where, in my opinion, women have dropped the ball and they haven't picked it up. Aladdin. Princess Jasmine was Princess Jasmine throughout the movie, right? She didn't dumb herself down to Aladdin. Aladdin had a genie.
Wait. Where are you going with this? I'm listening.
But what I'm saying, women gotta be Princess Jasmine. So Aladdin was a broken man, right? He was a slave. He was broke.
Yeah.
He came up on something. But she didn't dumb down to mess with him. Like, nah, bro, you gotta be up here to mess with me. I see you. I see you got a genie. Ain't nobody got a genie. But I gotta remain up here. So when you get here, now it's complete. You know what I mean? So yes, you can see this broken man. And the best way to help him in this situation is allow him to fix himself.
It's to keep your crown on.
Yeah.
You know what? I was about to shit on your analogy because I was like, what the hell is Chris talking about? But then you took it somewhere. I applaud it.
You see, at the end of the day, men are gonna hate me and women are gonna love me at the end of the day because I promote women to, it's the same thing like when you think about like those back in the King Arthur days and stuff like that, when he's eyeballing this woman, she knows it. But she remains to be her. She's not sneaking and giving it up to him. She's not bowing down to him. She's like, no, I see the potential, but until you become him, you can have me.
All right. Well, I understand that women are gonna love you, but they gonna hate me because look, this is what it sounds like she's doing, and she doesn't have a plan either. And she's mad that her non-plan didn't work out.
I agree.
So I agree with both of you in some of the senses that you're talking about. Everybody's broken. Like, we get it. Everybody's messed up. Everybody has something to work on with themselves. Nobody's 100% fixed, right? All right, cool. So what she's complaining about is she's putting everything into this dude. And what does she expect out of it? That's what she's mad about. She didn't get what she expected out of it.
But would it but see, you can't.
So why is she doing it?
See, you can't get.
Even Aladdin wanted something from Princess Jasmine, right?
Yeah, because she's royalty.
Right.
He's like, this is
All
the
right.
girl I want.
All right, but
She's in the castle.
at least he came up front with what he wanted. She was like, you kind of a bum, but
cool. You got the
but
carpet
you
and
got a
fries
genie
and
though.
stuff.
You got a genie, so let's see what this genie do,
But
right?
let's see what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he
she
made
didn't dumb
himself-
down, like, cool. I'm gonna leave this castle, and here it is. We got this genie. So let's just. I'm dumping all my eggs in that basket, but we about to roll with your magic carpet and your genie now. You lost. Because now he can be like, oh, I got the prize. Where's the initiative now? I got her. She's accepting this situation. She's accepting all of this. Because now when a woman starts pushing, he's gonna be like, well, wait a minute. You met me in the trap. I was selling drugs when you met me. I was at my mama's house when you met me. I was walking when you met me. I didn't have a job when you met me. And I got the best out of you. The best. Because not only are you sleeping with me, you're financing me, you feeding me, you loving me, you doing everything You know what I mean? So, you know, cats in the hood, it's like, man, shit, man, bro got, man, oh, girl straight, man. She be cooking, cleaning, she doing everything, she working, got a cool job. Like, now it flips. He riding on her stuff. That's why what I said earlier, right? A couple episodes where a man, a bad man can hold down and sabotage a great, fabulous woman. He could become that ball and chain. He could be that strong. Because let's say she has a house. Let's say she has everything. And she brings this guy in. The guy's here, so she slides him up here. They're never going to go up. He has no ambition to. This is a come up. So he was like, why we need to move to another house? We in this house. Why I gotta get a job when we got money? Why I gotta do this when it's this? That's gonna be his rebuttal. Kind of piggybacking what Jamal said, yeah, she kind of went in with kind of like not a plan. And kind of piggyback what you're saying, there was no plan. And that's a fail of what? In his primary objective, leadership. So women, run. run. You know, don't. You know, but let's finish this off. I kind of know how this is gonna end.
Do you?
But you know, let's.
So you can't tell me about loving a black man unconditionally.
So
I didn't love the black man unconditionally.
But see,
I didn't love the
this
black
is where
man
they about to get us,
I didn't love
friend.
the black man pull.
And this is where you gonna tag me in, friend.
I didn't love the black man that he didn't have nothing.
Friend, after this, you gonna let me talk.
She's vented.
So please.
Okay.
Hold on. Question: Who's the girl on the right to her?
I don't know.
Right.
But I feel like women use unconditionally the same way they use ride or die. Like
I agree.
They use unconditionally. Then why aren't you with them? Because there was conditions. All right, so they ride or die. Then why you not dead? You still alive and you left. Like they use these words that they don't really mean. They just they sound grand, but they never did them. Right? I loved the something unconditionally. No, you didn't. You gone. You out of there.
Yeah, no, that's
you not
true.
ride or die. You rode and you left and you alive still. This shit don't make sense.
But see, so that's the thing why women become eventually bitter and resentful.
Yeah.
I
Because
agree.
she could have still stayed with the dude, but who knows how that would have turned out. Again, it's
Nobody
the
knows how
hopeful.
anything's gonna turn out first. Like you
Women
take-
they gotta run.
The sooner
this
the
is
better
too
they should
common.
run.
This is too common. I feel like you gotta treat a relationship like a job. So when you get hired, you technically don't have the job, and the job lets you know that. Oh, you
All right,
know,
let's
hey,
go back to
Yeah,
keep
okay,
that.
yeah.
Keep that on you though.
Please.
You finished?
Please.
Off your
Finish,
chest.
man.
And I did not try to change him.
Yeah.
I stood beside that man. I loved that man.
For who he
I was there for that man.
But
I
fuck
re-
that nigga.
Okay?
All right.
Fuck that nigga.
Like,
Nah,
let me get my
fuck that
let me
nigga.
get let me
Y'all
get
the wrong
let me get my one
subject.
point in.
No, it's
Fuck
okay,
that
I
baby.
just got one point. I just got one point. That's it.
No, I'm ready to go.
I
It's fine.
Fuck that nigga.
Who, her and the girl?
I think so.
I love that black nigga.
We know you do.
Fuck is y'all talking about?
We know.
That nigga was broke. Now me sending you cash apps for weed, nigga. Fuck you.
Friend.
He was
Hold it
selling
down.
weed. You selling
That's
cash?
my friend. Don't like that.
What are you selling?
Selling air, bitch. He needs
What the hell is going on right now?
Shit, typical behavior. So I'm
She just
not
told me-
typical behavior, but like a woman and these type of
Sorry,
women.
Never don't. Stop it.
So she's still with him. So she's still having attention.
Hold it down, friend. I'm tagged in officially. That's it.
We almost done.
Yo.
We almost done.
Best friend, take a seat.
Take a seat.
We got you.
All right. 8 more minutes.
Friend, drink your
8 more
water.
minutes. 8 more minutes.
Friend.
Drink your water.
Friend.
Drink your water.
Friend,
Drink your water.
She done.
you good.
I'm sorry.
Drink your water.
But it's
What you
like,
about to?
I'm sorry, because I try to keep it cool. Because
Friend.
listen, I done love the black man. I done been here for black
All right,
men.
you
This is
said
right.
that.
Talking in circles.
I done held down multiple black. I done did jail. I done did what?
All these niggas sound like the wrong type of niggas, boy. Like,
Eli, hold it down.
jail
Wait.
niggas, scammers, drug dealers, those are the wrong type of niggas.
That's why she's healing, not healed. It's okay.
In the MTA.
Friend.
I did all that. Like I said, I
Friend, we gonna hold it down.
Niggas that done sell $1,000,000
And we gonna get through the rest of the show, friend.
Baby.
Friend.
Pick your flavor.
Look, and look, you know
So
what?
She basically said she done dated
Is that
everybody.
the end of the video? So I want to hear the topic after this.
All right.
Like cut her mic up.
Let me tell you something real quick
Friend.
about this.
Pick
Look,
your fucking. I had all
look.
the type of niggas.
Friend.
Look.
Which one you want to pick?
Friend, give me.
Fuck that.
See, and this is the crazy shit because
All different types.
when-
Don't say crazy.
Black
so, this
purple
is
niggas.
crazy because the ladies will choose two groups of niggas: a nigga that they want to build up and change
So I guess-
themselves, or a nigga that's already successful to get
Right.
something.
She said she had all types of niggas.
But that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vocal on the drop.
But wait, hold on.
But however,
No, I
Friend.
Watch the
The water.
watch what, she good.
It wasn't. I'm not only vocal on the jail. Like I said, I had MTA niggas. I got an army nigga
Friend,
right
hold
now.
on. Let's continue
But-
the conversation.
What that
But-
means?
I got a
but
wife
just
and a
'cause-
baby,
but
and I'm on his
Hey,
life
friend.
insurance.
But just
Friend.
Shit.
But
Nigga
just-
fight for our country.
Friend.
Russia call him right now, nigga. He's
What that
fighting.
mean
I
about
be
it?
like,
He's
friend,
gone.
you blowing
I
him
mean,
up to his
that's
wife,
that
so I'm
life
gonna need
But
you to
why-
hold it down, friend.
Tell me.
but why does that make him a good man?
Yeah, she on his wife.
Him a good man. I'm giving
Does he
more
fight for
bitches.
America?
Why
All right.
Say shit.
Right, but you
Right.
choosing the
Hold it down.
wrong.
Example.
Don't do that.
Hold it
But you
down.
choosing the wrong niggas.
It's only 6 more minutes.
You choosing the wrong
Five
I didn't
niggas.
choose him.
Wait.
He chose me.
Alright.
And you
He
Friend.
and you accepted it.
He
And you
gives me
accepted
money.
it.
this sound like
You
accountability.
He gives me money.
You
Friend,
you
hold it
accepted
down,
it.
June.
That's another
We ain't
topic
say
for
this
another
part was
show.
You accepted
accountability.
it.
She was venting in that part,
What are we
friend.
talking about?
He's all over the
I'm
place.
saying-
Like I don't know if this dude is in jail. I don't know if he in the military, and I don't know if he sells like $1 million real estate. I'm confused. Is anybody figuring out what's going on?
They're all different guys.
Yeah.
So it's not the same guy. It's multiple guys.
She's going over the slew of men that she's
Yeah,
been with or
it's
dealt
multiple
with.
guys.
And none of these worked. Not the dude in jail didn't work.
She only did that to prove a point because dude pinned the pendant on her and said, "Look, women go after two different type of guys."
Oh, so she
They
tried
either
to
go
up her
after- yeah.
scale.
Yeah, so he said they either go after a guy that they can build or they go after a guy that's super successful. There's never something in the middle. So that's what her rebuttal was like, well, hold on, I got somebody in the army, I got somebody doing real estate, I got somebody in MTA, I got somebody doing this and doing that. So that's her rebuttal
Yeah,
now.
but like she all right, so she dated all these types of dudes. None of it is working. So is it them or you?
At this point, when it's multiple dudes and it's not working, it's unfortunately you. And from how she's displaying herself, there is a surge that a man can't control her. She's uncontrollable. And what I mean by that,
She like the ultimate warrior. She like the macho man. She like, ooh, yeah, I did this.
ladies, I don't want women to think because I'm saying the word control that I'm putting you in restraints or the straight jacket. But what I'm saying that a man doesn't want to be in a public venue where you stepping so out of character you're embarrassing us. Like that's how men think. Like, could I take this beautiful woman to this 5-star? Could she act like a woman? Could she behave herself? Even if something jumps off, I need her to keep her cool. Unless somebody puts your hands on you, then you defend yourself. And see, these type of girls, I don't mean this in any harm, they're only good to pull up 11, 12, 1 o'clock, and you pull it off. 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock. You can't do nothing else with this chick but the obvious.
It seemed like her friend was trying to calm her down for a minute.
She's already showing uncontrollable, and this is the biggest problem. She's barbaric. She's animalistic.
Well, okay, so then on that note, Chris, some men would say that's the fault there, that men still pull up even in late night hours to give her attention. So some people out there are saying, like, for the message to really sink in, it falls more so on the men and them wearing the jacket, because don't pay these females attention, because then she can come on here, act a fool, and still go over the slew of men that are still yet paying her attention.
This is no. Look, this is the part where people get confused when we act like men. Like me and Khalifa said last week, she said men are easy, and that is, I've been saying that forever. It's like, that's why a woman's value and a man's value is different sexually, because it's easy for men to get, or it's easy for women to have sex. It's hard for men to have sex. But once you hand it to us, we taking it every time. And I'm not saying that about every man, but it's way easier to give men sex than it is to give women sex, because women turn down sex all day long. They in the aisle at the supermarket turning it down. They're like, you the fourth dude today to ask me at the supermarket. I'm tired of this, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
You can't also understand that nature of men and women, and then also say, but men, you have to get strong at rejecting sex like women, which is like, okay, sure, right? But think about like the lower age men, the 15-year-olds to 25. Like once you get past 30, maybe you done dipped in a few cookie jars, and it's like, all right, I've had my fill.
We man up a little bit. We're a little bit more selective. I have a saying on that, but I'll talk about that later.
Right? Yeah, you get older, you kind of went around, you kind of say, some of this isn't even worth the trouble, and I tasted enough. But you can't be like, you can't tell the 15-year-old, the 18-year-old who hasn't really been in the streets a little bit, and women are throwing candy at them, depending on who they are. Some dudes don't get no candy thrown at them. Some dudes get a little bit. Some dudes get a lot. So you can't tell the men that, say that the ones that aren't getting any, like the nerd dudes, right? They might collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Rest in peace to the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh. He might be a nerd dude. He might have a nerd job. Like we saw the nuclear physicist on that video just get shoved to the side, right?
Okay, so what? So because the nuclear physicist maybe doesn't get it in as often, he should just settle for some female like this?
No, I didn't
when
say,
it comes along his way?
I didn't say he should settle. But I think what you're doing is conflating sex with
no, I'm just
marriage
talking about
or having
sex.
A relationship. Yeah,
and the quality of who you're dealing with in general. Because if she wants to go over the slew of men she's dealing with, think about the risk also, gentlemen, before it's taken, right? What if she has some STD or something?
Sure.
So okay. And see, this is the other issue. This is the big other issue. Is it's not us women trying to tell men how to, what they should do sexually or whatever. It's just be aware, because then that's also saying, well, men are just dumb.
We are aware.
Men are just easy. They're just dumb. They're going to do it anyways. And it's like, that narrative also is very tired, because it's like, no, men are they could be very smart and know not to deal with some female like this.